The stars were calm that night, silent as a grave. Captain Aaron Voss stared at the endless black outside his ship, the Erebus, feeling the weight of the galaxy pressing down on him. Every light flicker, every distant hum in space made his heart beat faster. The human fleet had been traveling for months, far beyond the borders of known space, chasing whispers of an ancient alien armada that had once terrorized entire star systems. And now humanity was about to meet them face to face. Aaron's crew was tense, each member moving with quiet precision. No one spoke loudly. There was no need. They all knew what awaited them. The ship's AI, Iris, kept them updated with readings and signals, but even its calm voice couldn't mask the fear hiding in everyone's minds. The galaxy had feared humans before, but this mission was different. This was not just exploration. This was a reckoning. A sudden alarm broke the silence. A warning light blinked red across the control deck. Aaron froze. "Status report," he barked, his voice steady, though his chest tightened. Iris responded instantly. "Unknown vessel detected. Mass and energy signatures suggest highly advanced warship. Distance 3 light minutes. Trajectory intercepting." The crew exchanged uneasy glances. 3 light minutes in space meant seconds in battle terms. Every hand reached for a console. Every mind raced through calculations and past war simulations. They had trained for this, yes, but simulations were nothing compared to the real thing. Aaron gritted his teeth. "Shields up. All weapons online. Prepare for evasive maneuvers." His voice was calm, but inside adrenaline surged like molten fire. This was the moment that would define humanity's place in the galaxy. Minutes stretched. In the vacuum outside, the alien ship moved silently, almost gracefully. It wasn't huge by human standards, but there was something about it, something alive. It pulsed with energy, a dark rhythm that seemed to mock their fear. The sensors showed no visible openings, no weak points. This was not a battle humans had fought before. Then the first strike came. A beam of black energy tore through space, shattering the silence. It missed by meters, yet the shockwave rattled the Erebus violently. Lights flickered, alarms screamed. The crew was thrown into action, every hand and eye moving as one. Aaron gritted his jaw. "Return fire." Human weapons flared, streaks of light slicing through the darkness, but the alien ship moved too fast, anticipating every strike. It was as if it could read their minds. The crew fired again and again, but the enemy dodged effortlessly, countering with precision. It became clear. This was not just an alien ship, it was a hunter, an ancient predator in space. The first officer, Lyra Dane, spoke through the comms. "Captain, it's analyzing us. Every pattern, every move. We can't surprise it." Her voice was tight with fear. Aaron felt a cold knot in his stomach. Humanity had faced enemies before, had survived impossible odds, but nothing like this. This was beyond technology, beyond tactics, and yet he felt a spark of defiance ignite. They were human. They had survived extinction, fought wars across planets, and risen from near annihilation countless times. And if there was one thing humans were, it was unpredictable. "Listen to me," Aaron said, his voice sharp. "We will not run. We will not surrender. Find its weak point. Analyze everything. Iris, give me every scrap of data on its energy signature." The AI hummed, scanning, analyzing, learning at speeds no human could match. Slowly, a pattern emerged. Tiny shifts in energy, almost imperceptible. Aaron noticed it and smiled grimly. "There, that's our chance. We hit it there, we can damage it." The crew moved as one, a machine of instinct and courage. The human fleet wasn't large, but it was determined. Every shot calculated, every maneuver precise. And then for the first time, the alien ship hesitated. A slight pause, a ripple through its energy. Aaron didn't waste a second. "Now fire everything at that point." Weapons fired, beams of pure light racing across the void. They struck the alien vessel's pulse point. For a moment, silence returned. Then a deafening roar of energy erupted, shaking the Erebus to its core. The alien ship faltered, then vanished in a flash of light. The crew stared in disbelief. They had won, or at least they had survived. But the victory felt hollow. Aaron knew this was only the beginning. Somewhere in the galaxy more waited, and humanity's debt, the one that had been building for centuries, was far from paid. As the stars settled again, Aaron whispered almost to himself, "We've shown them we are not to be feared. Yet. But the galaxy will learn soon enough what humanity can do." The first part of humanity's reckoning had begun, and the shadows of space had never felt so alive. The void after the attack felt strangely silent. Captain Aaron Voss leaned against the console of the Erebus, trying to calm the racing of his heart. The alien ship had vanished, but the crew knew it was only temporary. Something ancient and powerful was out there watching, learning. Lyra Dane, the first officer, walked over, her face pale but determined. "Captain, we survived but barely. If that was just one, what's waiting for us deeper in this sector?" Aaron didn't answer immediately. He stared at the star map projected in front of him. Sensors had picked up faint energy traces like footprints left in space. Whoever or whatever had attacked them had left a trail, and it was moving. Slowly, deliberately. "Iris," Aaron commanded, "track every signal. Pinpoint its origin. I want to know who we're dealing with before they come back." The AI hummed softly. "Tracing. Approximately 5 light-years ahead within a dense nebula. Energy signature. Unlike anything recorded in human databases." A chill ran down Aaron's spine. The nebula was dangerous. Ion storms, magnetic distortions, pockets of pure energy that could fry electronics in seconds. But this alien entity wasn't going to wait for them to cower in safety. Humanity had faced impossible odds before, and they would do it again. The crew moved quickly, navigating the Erebus into the swirling colors of the nebula. Outside the viewport, gases shimmered with shades of violet and gold, moving like living things. Every pulse of light, every shimmer of energy could hide a trap. Then came the first sign. Sensors went wild. Energy spikes surged through the ship. Alarms screamed and lights flickered. "What is it?" Lyra yelled, holding onto the console. "Unknown," Iris responded, calm but clinical. "Energy fluctuations are artificial." Possibly a lure. Aaron's mind raced. They had walked straight into a trap. His grip tightened on the control panel. Evasive maneuvers. "Full shields. And keep scanning. We need to see them before they see us." Minutes felt like hours. The nebula twisted and turned around them, hiding them and exposing them at the same time. Then, without warning, the shadows in space moved. The alien armada revealed itself. Not one ship, but dozens, sleek and black, moving as if they were a single organism. The crew gasped. "Captain, that's..." "Impossible," Lyra whispered. Aaron didn't respond. He had seen their patterns, the way they moved, the silence between each pulse of energy. These were hunters, not like anything humanity had fought before, and now they surrounded them. "Open communications," Aaron ordered. "If they want to fight, we'll give them one. But I want to try words first." Static filled the comms, then a voice, deep, resonant, alien. "Humans, you survive where others fall." "Why?" Aaron's jaw tightened. "We survive because we adapt. We fight, we endure. That is why humanity is not afraid." The voice paused, almost curious. "Your courage is interesting, but courage alone will not save you. You owe a debt, and the galaxy remembers." Aaron's hands clenched into fists. "Debt humanity owes no one. We have survived your attacks and thrived, and we will continue to thrive." A pulse of energy hit the ship, knocking consoles offline for a moment. The crew scrambled to restore systems, hearts pounding. Outside, the armada shimmered like shadows, each vessel moving with deadly precision. They were hunters, and the Erebus was prey. Lyra leaned over Aaron. "Captain, we can't fight them all. Not like this. We need a plan." Aaron's eyes scanned the nebula again, searching for anything, any advantage. And then he saw it. A narrow gap between 2 massive energy storms. Too small for the alien ships to navigate. But the Erebus could fit if they risked it. "We'll use the nebula," he said quietly, almost to himself. "They think they control space. But they don't know what humans can do in chaos." The crew braced themselves as the Erebus dove into the storm. Lightning-like pulses of energy shot through the gas, shaking the ship violently. Sensors went haywire, and every shadow outside seemed alive. The aliens followed, their pursuit relentless. But the nebula was a maze. Every twist and turn disrupted the alien formations. Ships collided with energy pockets, some falling behind. For the first time, Aaron felt a sliver of hope. Humanity didn't have the raw power of the alien armada, but they had cunning, ingenuity, and unpredictability. "Fire when ready," Aaron ordered. Small missiles launched from hidden compartments, striking the ships caught in the nebula. Explosions lit up the storm, throwing shadows in every direction. The aliens had not expected humans to fight inside the nebula. They had counted on fear to control them, and humans, it seemed, thrived on it. Even as they fought, Aaron knew this was just the beginning. Somewhere in the shadows of the galaxy, the ones who truly commanded the Armada watched, waiting for their next move. Humanity had survived another attack, but the debt the aliens spoke of was real, and its price would be higher than anyone could imagine. As the Erebus slipped through the last corridor of the nebula, battered but alive, Aaron looked at his crew. "We've survived today, but remember this. Fear is only a weapon if you let it control you. We are human and we decide our fate." Outside, the stars blinked cold and distant. Somewhere far away, the galaxy waited, and the hunters were learning. Humanity's reckoning had begun in earnest. The Erebus emerged from the nebula battered but intact. Outside, the void was calm again, but the silence felt wrong, like the calm before a storm. Captain Aaron Voss knew that surviving the first attack was not victory. It was only the first step in a war that had been written in the stars long before humans existed. Lyra Dane moved along the deck, checking on the crew. Some were bruised, some pale with fear, but all alive. "Captain, the Armada is regrouping. Sensors show movement on multiple vectors. They're learning from us," she said, her voice tight with tension. Aaron didn't answer immediately. His eyes scanned the starfield. Somewhere far ahead, a planet glimmered, its surface rich with metal and energy. It was uninhabited, at least according to their scans, but it radiated power that could fuel their systems for months or serve as a trap. "Iris," he said finally, "scan the planet. Look for energy patterns, life signs, and anomalies. I want everything we can find before the aliens reach us." The AI hummed, analyzing billions of data points. "Planet appears uninhabited. Energy readings indicate a dormant structure beneath the crust. Highly advanced technology, possibly alien origin, likely related to Armada." Aaron's eyes narrowed. "A weapon or a key. Either way, we need it." The crew prepared for landing. The planet's surface was jagged and barren, glowing veins of energy running like rivers through the ground. Each step they took triggered a faint pulse, as if the planet itself was alive. As they descended toward the structure, a sudden tremor shook the ship. Rocks and debris floated violently in the low gravity, forcing the crew to hold tight. Then came the first sign of ambush. A fleet of smaller, agile alien ships erupted from the shadows of the mountains surrounding the Erebus. "Brace for impact," Aaron shouted. Lasers and energy beams cut through the sky, and the ground trembled with each strike. The crew worked in sync, piloting, firing, defending. Every shot they made was precise, every maneuver calculated. Humanity had survived impossible odds before, but this was beyond anything they had imagined. Lyra looked out the viewport. "Captain, they're learning from every move. They anticipate us faster than ever." Aaron's mind raced. They needed a strategy, something unexpected. Then he saw it. A chasm in the mountains, barely wide enough for the Erebus. If they could lure the alien ships there, the tight space would limit their numbers and slow their response. "Take us into the chasm," he ordered. "Full speed. Iris, set defense protocols to maximum and keep scanning for weaknesses." The Erebus dove into the narrow gorge, lasers slicing past the cliffs. The alien ships pursued, confident they could destroy the humans. But inside the chasm, their speed and formation were useless. The humans turned, striking from unexpected angles. Explosions erupted as the alien ships collided with the rocky walls or each other. Even as the Erebus fought, Aaron couldn't ignore the planet's energy pulses. The structure below seemed to react to the battle, emitting waves of power that made the air crackle. Something ancient and powerful stirred beneath them, awakened by conflict. "We're not alone here," Aaron muttered, more to himself than anyone else. Suddenly, the ground beneath the Erebus trembled violently. Cracks opened in the cliffs, and the structure below emitted a blinding light. The alien fleet faltered, confused and disoriented. This was humanity's chance if they could survive the planet's reaction. Aaron's hands moved swiftly across the controls. "Engage the planet's energy signature. Use it against them." The ship's systems interfaced with the ancient technology, absorbing and redirecting its energy. Beams of raw power shot outward, tearing through the alien formation. One by one, ships exploded, and the rest retreated into the void, their advance halted. The crew stared in awe. Humanity had turned the planet itself into a weapon, using ingenuity and courage where raw strength had failed. But Aaron knew the victory was temporary. The Armada was learning, adapting, and the ones commanding it would not forget. Somewhere in the galaxy, ancient eyes watched, calculating humanity's strengths and weaknesses. Lyra approached, her voice quiet but firm. "Captain, we survived today, but what now? They will return, stronger and smarter." Aaron nodded, his gaze fixed on the stars. "Then we prepare. Humanity will not be hunted. We will adapt. We will fight. And one day, the galaxy will remember who we are." The Erebus lifted off the planet, leaving behind the glowing structure and the wreckage of the alien ambush. Outside, the stars shimmered, but the shadows of the galaxy were growing darker. The humans had survived another trial, but the debt the Armada demanded had not yet been paid. And the true reckoning, one that would test the limits of courage, intelligence, and survival, was still to come. As the ship sailed through the void, Aaron whispered to the stars, a promise to anyone who dared threaten humanity. "We are not afraid, and the galaxy will learn that fear begins with us." The Erebus drifted through the darkness, its hull still warm from the energy harvested from the alien planet. Captain Aaron Voss stood at the bridge, staring at the star map. The galaxy was quiet, but the quiet felt dangerous. Every calm before had been a warning. Lyra Dane approached, holding a tablet. "Captain, sensors have picked up strange signals ahead, not like the Armada, something older. Almost like it's alive," Aaron frowned. "Alive? Explain." "The energy pulses. They're intelligent. Not ships, not weapons. They move like thought, not like machines. They're huge. Like planets think." Aaron's breath caught. Humanity had faced alien machines, fleets, and hunters, but this was different. Something that could think on a scale they couldn't even imagine. "Iris, analyze and track," Aaron ordered. The AI hummed softly, scanning for patterns. Minutes passed. Then Iris spoke, calm but alert. "Captain, it is following us. It is aware of our presence. It is curious." Aaron swallowed. Curiosity from something that could probably destroy stars was not comforting. Suddenly, the ship shook violently. Lights flickered. Energy spikes surged through the hull. The crew gripped their stations as alarms screamed. Outside, the stars twisted unnaturally. The void seemed alive. "It's testing us," Lyra said, her voice low. Aaron's jaw tightened. "Then we show it what humans can do." The Erebus maneuvered through the strange distortions. Energy waves washed over the ship, altering its systems, forcing the crew to adapt quickly. Lasers flared as defensive measures engaged automatically. The crew fought to maintain control, sweating and shouting over the alarms. Then came a vision in the viewport. An enormous shape emerged from the darkness. It was unlike anything humans had ever seen. Vast glowing tendrils extended across the void. Its core pulsed with energy so intense it seemed alive. And at the center, eyes, or what humans thought were eyes, glimmered with awareness. Aaron whispered almost to himself. "This is not a ship. This is a god." Lyra stepped beside him. "Captain, it's huge, but it hasn't attacked yet. It's observing." The crew watched, hearts pounding. Every instinct screamed to flee, but Aaron stood firm. "We're not running. Not now, not ever. Humanity survives because we face the impossible." The entity moved closer, tendrils brushing past the Erebus, warping space around them. The ship's systems struggled to maintain integrity, but Aaron and the crew adapted. Every adjustment, every evasive maneuver was a test. "Iris, analyze its movement patterns. There must be a rhythm, a weakness," Aaron barked. The AI worked furiously, processing billions of calculations in seconds. "Pattern detected. It reacts to aggressive maneuvers with defensive pulses. It studies conflict, learns from it. Direct attacks may provoke it. Strategic deception may influence its behavior." Aaron nodded. "Then we deceive it. Lure it, confuse it, make it think we are weaker than we are." The crew executed a daring plan. The Erebus feigned damage, systems shutting down partially as if crippled. Energy tendrils reached out, probing, curious. And then, with a burst of controlled energy, the humans struck, targeting tendrils using precise pulses to redirect its attention and confuse it further. The entity recoiled slightly, its glow flickering. It was learning, but the humans were unpredictable. Aaron grinned grimly. "This is what it means to be human. We adapt, we improvise, and we survive." Minutes stretched into what felt like hours. The entity tested them, analyzed, and learned, but humanity refused to submit. The Erebus maneuvered, struck, and dodged using cunning instead of brute force. Finally, the entity paused, its tendrils retreating. For a brief moment, it seemed thoughtful. Then, with a surge of energy, it shot a beam across the void, not at the ship but toward a distant star system. A warning, a message, or perhaps a demonstration of power. Aaron exhaled. It hasn't attacked yet, but we've survived its first lesson. Humanity is not to be underestimated. Lyra touched his shoulder. Captain, what now? This being, it's beyond anything we've faced. And I have a feeling it's not alone. Aaron nodded, eyes fixed on the void. We prepare, we learn, and we fight not just to survive, but to show the galaxy what humans are capable of. We've survived fleets, we've survived ancient hunters. Now we survive gods. The crew worked silently, recovering systems and repairing minor damage. The entity had moved away, leaving a trail of energy pulses in its wake. The stars blinked coldly, but Aaron knew the galaxy itself had shifted. Something had awakened, and humanity's reckoning was far from over. As the Erebus set course toward the next unknown, Aaron whispered to himself, a vow carried across the void. We will not bow. We will not break. And when the galaxy fears again, it will fear humans, and the debt we have finally begun to pay. The void felt heavier than usual. Captain Aaron Voss stood at the bridge of the Erebus, staring at the distant stars. Each one seemed like a silent witness to humanity's audacity. After their encounter with the godlike entity, the galaxy felt different, more dangerous, more alive. Lyra Dane approached, her face serious. Captain, the signals we picked up last night, they're spreading. More systems are showing energy spikes similar to what we saw with the entity. Aaron clenched his fists. It's awakening others. Whatever we woke, it's not alone. The crew had grown silent, the tension almost tangible. They had survived fleets, ancient hunters, and an entity beyond comprehension. But this could engulf entire star systems. Every human instinct screamed warning, yet Aaron's mind raced with possibilities. Humans survived because they were unpredictable. And unpredictability was their weapon. Iris map every energy spike. Cross-reference with alien fleet movements. I want patterns. I want weaknesses, Aaron ordered. The AI responded instantly. Mapping. Analysis suggests coordinated intelligence. The spikes are converging toward central points in multiple sectors. Estimated arrival less than 10 days, 10 days. It was not much time. The alien armada and the entities were coming together, consolidating power. Humanity's survival depended on speed, strategy, and courage. Prepare for jump, Aaron commanded. We're heading to the nearest sector with human colonies. They need warning and reinforcements. The Erebus leapt through hyperspace. The stars blurred into streaks of light, the silence of space pressing against them. The crew worked tirelessly, monitoring energy readings and analyzing data. Each pulse in space felt alive, like something watching, waiting for a misstep. Suddenly, alarms screamed. The ship shook violently. Incoming fleet, Iris warned. Multiple unidentified ships detected. Estimated interception in 60 seconds. Aaron's jaw tightened. Battle stations. Full shields. Prepare weapons. And remember, humans do not break. Outside, dozens of alien ships emerged from the void, moving with deadly precision. The crew fired, dodged, and maneuvered, but the aliens were relentless. Energy beams struck the Erebus, shaking the ship and cutting through the calm of the void. Amid the chaos, Aaron noticed a pattern. The alien ships moved in predictable sequences, aggressive but repetitive. Lyra, focus on the gaps, lead them into the asteroid field ahead. Use their patterns against them. The crew executed the maneuver flawlessly. The alien ships pursued, but the dense field of asteroids forced collisions and chaos. Explosions lit the dark void. Humanity's ingenuity once again turned the tide, but the battle was only the beginning. As the Erebus cleared the field, a massive shadow appeared, a second godlike entity, larger and more terrifying than the first. Its tendrils stretched across light years, glowing with energy that defied comprehension. The fleet faltered, panic spreading through the aliens. Aaron's voice rang out, calm but commanding. Focus on survival first. Learn its pattern. We adapt, we survive. We will not bow. The entity moved closer, observing, testing, learning. Its presence radiated an almost physical pressure. The crew struggled to maintain control, but Aaron's determination never wavered. Humans had faced the impossible before and survived. Then an idea struck him. Iris, combine the planetary energy protocols with ship systems. Focus on coordinated strikes, not to destroy but to confuse and communicate strength. The AI processed instantly. Energy pulsed from the Erebus, interacting with the godlike entity in ways no human could predict. Beams danced across the void, reflecting, refracting, creating illusions. The entity hesitated, unsure of the human's intent. Humans are unpredictable, Aaron whispered, almost smiling. And that is their strength. For a moment, the void was still. The entity withdrew, leaving behind faint energy traces that pulsed with thought. The alien fleet faltered, retreating in confusion and fear. Humanity had survived again, but barely. Lyra approached, voice trembling. Captain, it's learning faster than we imagined. Next time it may not hesitate, Aaron nodded, eyes on the void. Then we prepare. Humanity will not just survive, we will fight, adapt, and endure. The galaxy will learn what it means when humans refuse to bow. The debt it speaks of, we will pay it on our terms. The Erebus set a course for human colonies, battered but alive. The crew worked silently, knowing that every moment of calm was temporary. Somewhere out there, fleets and entities were learning, adapting, preparing. Humanity's reckoning was far from over. But for the first time, the crew felt something that neither fear nor desperation could take away: hope. They had survived impossible battles. They had faced godlike entities, and they were still human. Aaron looked at the stars, whispering to the void. We are not afraid. The galaxy will learn. Humanity pays its debts, and when we do, fear begins with us. The galaxy held its breath. Captain Aaron Voss stood at the bridge of the Erebus, his eyes fixed on the dark void ahead. For weeks, humanity had survived impossible enemies. Ancient hunters, fleets of deadly alien ships, and godlike entities beyond comprehension. And now everything had led to this, the ultimate confrontation. Sensors blared warnings. The alien armada had gathered, stronger than ever, flanked by the colossal, godlike entities they had encountered before. The void itself seemed to pulse with menace. Aaron's crew worked with calm precision, but he could feel their fear. Not paralyzing fear, but the kind that sharpened focus, the fear of survival against the impossible. Captain, this is enormous, Lyra Dane said quietly. We are outnumbered, outpowered, maybe outmatched. Aaron's jaw tightened. Then we will be unpredictable. We will fight, adapt, and survive. That is what humanity does. The Erebus moved forward, weaving through the alien formation. Energy pulses shot across the void, lighting up ships and tendrils alike. The aliens attacked relentlessly, but humanity fought with cunning. Every maneuver, every strike was calculated to exploit weakness, even if just a fraction. Aaron activated the planetary energy protocols they had discovered in Part 3 and 4, linking them across multiple star systems. Beams of pure energy radiated outward, confusing alien sensors, creating phantom ships, false signals, and unpredictable movements. The entities paused, curious and cautious, unsure of humanity's intent. Iris synchronized all systems. Every ship, every energy source, every signal. Combine them into one network, Aaron ordered. The AI hummed, its voice calm and precise. Synchronization complete. Energy output maximal. Tactical unpredictability optimized, Aaron smiled grimly. This is what humans do. We survive by thinking differently, by being unexpected. The aliens and entities hesitated. For the first time, they were unsure, and in that uncertainty, humanity struck. The Erebus led a small fleet of human ships in coordinated maneuvers, striking weak points, luring larger ships into traps, and using the environment of nearby planets and asteroid fields to their advantage. Energy pulses from the ancient planetary structures amplified the humans' attacks. Aliens collided with force fields, godlike tendrils faltered, and entire sections of the armada were thrown into chaos. The void became a battlefield unlike any before, a dance of intelligence, instinct, and survival. Lyra glanced at Aaron. Captain, they're retreating, for now. The entities, they're withdrawing too. Aaron's gaze remained fixed on the void. They are learning, but we've proven something. Humanity does not break. Humanity adapts. Humanity survives. A silence followed, heavy and profound. Then the armada fired one last barrage, not to destroy but to test. Beams of energy tore across space, striking the Erebus and other ships. Shields held thanks to precise coordination. Humanity was resilient. Humanity was clever. In that moment, Aaron realized the truth. The galaxy had always feared humans, not because they were the strongest, but because humans were unpredictable, intelligent, and fearless when survival demanded it. Every fleet, every entity, every godlike being had underestimated them. Until now. Iris log final statement, Aaron said. Let the galaxy remember this day. Humanity does not bow. Humanity pays its debts, and those who threaten us will learn fear firsthand. Outside, the stars seemed to shimmer with new meaning. The alien fleets retreated, the entities withdrew, and the void settled into silence. The humans had survived, yes, but they had also shown something profound. Survival alone was not enough. Humanity demanded respect, and the galaxy would never forget it. The crew cheered softly, their voices carrying hope and relief. But Aaron remained silent, staring at the stars. He knew this was only the beginning. The galaxy was vast, full of ancient beings, unknown civilizations, and threats beyond imagination. But humanity had proven something universal, that they would not yield, that they would fight, and that they could survive anything. As the Erebus set course for home, battered but unbeaten, Aaron whispered to the stars, "We have paid our debt, and the galaxy has learned fear, not because we destroy, but because we endure, because we are human, and fear begins with us." The stars blinked silently in response, as if acknowledging a new power rising in the universe. Humanity's reckoning was complete for now, but one truth remained eternal. Wherever humans walked, the galaxy would remember, and fear would always begin with them.